I'd like to thank members of the public for waiting and coming back. We've got an amendment to add to it and propose. So a legal officer will read that out, and then we go to propose and the second, and then we go to the vote. Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon again, members of the public, and of course members of the planning committee. Thank you. Yeah, just to remind you, I'm Mike Shaw, I'm the principal solicitor working for Neath, Talbot, and the advisor to the planning committee. You heard the decision of members previously to refuse this application, and we're grateful for the time that you have given for them to consider the reasons for that refusal. I'll read those grounds of refusal to you, and what will then happen is that there will be a proposer for this recommendation, a seconder, and then a vote in that respect. So the application is refused on the basis that the proposed development would result in unacceptable impacts upon highway and pedestrian safety, due to a lack of off-street car parking, contrary to policy TR2 of the local development plan. In addition, the development would result in unacceptable impacts on residential amenity and the character of the area through overdevelopment of the site, contrary to policy BE1 of the local development plan. Over to you, Mr. Chair, as to whether there is a proposer and a seconder in respect to that, please.
Okay, to take this to the vote, I'm happy to propose. Can I have a seconder, please?
I'm happy to second, Chair.
Thank you. Welcome, Sir Thomas. Right, we can now go to the vote. And is everybody happy to accept this?
Okay, thank you, Chair. I'll take you all through the vote now. Thank you all. So starting with Councillor Anne Harrod-Aubrey, please, how do you wish to vote on this proposal?
Against.
Thank you. Councillor Tim Bowen, Chair, please.
Yes, I'm for.
Thank you, Councillor Bowen. Matthew Crowley, please.
Sorry, Chair, I was unmuting myself. I'm voting against the proposal.
Thank you. Councillor Heath Davis, please. How do you wish to vote?
I abstained the last time because I missed some of it. So where do I stand now then?
It's entirely up to you, Councillor Davis. You can abstain, you can be in favour, or you can be against.
Against then. Against.
Thank you.
Can I stop you there?
Yes.
Remember, I need to stop you there. We're only voting now on the wording. We're not voting on the objection of the application. We're just voting on the actual wording which is being proposed by Councillor Thomas.
Enforce that the application has been refused.
The application has been refused. We just needed to put this amendment in. So we just voting on that. So can we start again?
Yes, let's restart.
We're going to start again, okay? Because I think people, members online, are a bit confused of what you're actually voting for. It's just for the wording that Councillor Thomas has put forward to object against the application.
Can I ask, Chair? Obviously, yes. That's made it slightly more clearer. But in terms of the way I particularly voted, which I abstained because of the reason I gave, why am I now agreeing to a form of words that I didn't agree to? Okay,
Councillor, we'll take that in mind, okay? But I think Councillor Heath Davis was getting a little bit confused of what he was actually voting on, yes? Yeah.
Yes.
So can we just start from Councillor Crowley? Okay, we'll just start from Councillor Crowley, okay? So, Tammy?
If it's all right with you, Chair, I'm going to start from the top, right, okay, so that I've got everyone to. So as the Chair's just explained, this planning application has been refused by the committee. You are
Yes.
now voting on the wording, the reasons for refusal. All right, the reasons for refusal. Do you want them read out again?
No, can I just for clarity, we're agreeing to Councillor Sarah Thomas's form of words that has been corrected by our planning officer in a simplistic form for us to comply with the law. But the point I'm trying to make is I didn't subscribe to that. My vote was different.
That's
So
fine.
hang on, Chair, if you don't mind. Don't interrupt if you don't mind. The reality is, I don't mind voting whichever way you want me to vote. In terms of, I've already made my case clear, and now I'm voting on a form of words that another member has made. If that is recorded in that way, I got no difficulty in that. But they weren't my form of words. Why I personally didn't want it to go ahead. That's the point I'm trying to make, Chair.
Yeah, that's fine, Councillor Clowsy. We can understand your point. I think Councillor Davis was getting confused as well of what he was actually voting on. We can understand what you were voting on, so that's fine. So we just start the voting process again and just go through it again, okay? You okay with that, Mike?
Yes, yeah. If it makes it easier, members, in terms of the wording, either you're in favour of it or you're against. If you feel strongly enough that you need to abstain, well, you can indicate that. But this is, you have resolved as a committee to refuse the application. You need now to coalesce in terms of the reasons for that refusal. So if the vote can be put to you for or against, or if you feel strongly enough, then abstain.
Thank you very much, Chair. Thank you, Mike. I'd also like to remind members that this is not a specific recorded vote to your individual names. This is the vote. This is a decision of the committee. Okay, there we are. So I'll start from the top again. Councillor Angharad Aubrey, are you for, against, or abstain?
I'm against, and just to be clear, I don't support these words or any other words that support the refusal because the application should have been approved.
Thank you, Councillor Aubrey. Councillor Tim Bowen, Chair, please. Oh, thank you. Councillor Matthew Crowley, please.
I'm for that in that case then, Tammy, please.
Thank you, Councillor Crowley. Councillor Heath Davis, please.
Well, thank you for the clarity. Yes, I'm for it then. Thank you very much. Diolch yn fawr.
Thank you. Diolch yn fawr. Councillor Ross Davis, please. You're on mute, Councillor Davis.
I'm in favour of the wording. Diolch yn fawr.
Thank you very much. Diolch yn fawr. Councillor James Henton, please.
For.
So 4 then. Oh, thank you. Councillor Carl Jordan, please.
I'm for, Tammy.
Thank you. Councillor Gareth Rice.
I agree with the wording. I support the wording, yes.
Thank you. Councillor Sarah Thomas, please.
I'm in favour of the wording.
Thank you very much. Just checking there are no members of the committee that I've missed off this vote. No, okay, Chair, that the reasons for refusal have been approved. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Moving on to section B, matters for information. Now we move on to section B of the agenda, which is matters for information. Agenda items 6 and 7. Appeals received and delegated decisions at the time frame indicated in the circulated report. As Chair, I can confirm we know the information contained in these reports. Agenda item 8, urgent items. We have no urgent items today. And thank you all. I'd like to end the meeting. Thank you to the members of the public and thank you to everybody online. Have a good trip home. And I hope it's not